By the Discover It card, the card that treats you like you treat.
Give me miles, lots of miles, under starry skies above, don't fence me in. Let me fly anytime, any airline that I love, don't fence me in. Give me a mile and a half for every buck I spend, double my miles when the first year ends. No annual fees, no blackouts, let the fun begin. Don't fence me in.
Get the Discover It Miles card.
When a moment spontaneously turns romantic, why pause to take a pill? And why stop what you're doing to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is the only daily tablet approved to treat erectile dysfunction, so you can be ready anytime the moment is right. Plus, Cialis treats the frustrating urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use. Insurance coverage has expanded nationally, and you may now be covered. Contact your health plan for the latest information.
Soup and sandwich and somewhere to go and clean and real and nowhere to be and warmth and looking good and sandwich and soup and inside jokes and Dan is back. Good, clean food pairs well with anything. The Clean Pairings menu, 500 calories or less. At Panera, food as it should be.
All we need to sell Strongbow Hard Cider is ice. Oh, and an award for best tasting hard cider. You're in our shot.
No, I'm not.
Strongbow!
Fortifying the gravity-defying, adventure-collecting friend connector. Fortifying the going places, off to the races, day-seizing you. You're strong, and we're here to help you stay that way. New Special K Nourish. Multigrain flakes with quinoa, apples, almonds, and raspberries. New Special K Nourish. Fortify.
Listen up. I'm here to get the lady of the house back on her feet and give her the strength and energy to stay healthy. Who's with me?
Yay! The complete balanced nutrition of great tasting Ensure with 9 grams of protein and 26 vitamins and minerals. Ensure. Take life in.
I really want there to be a venue where people who are trying to make a difference can have a voice and have a place to talk about their passions. Weather, climate, environment, technology, science. They're the topics of our lives right now. So let's talk about it.
So many of you are going to be impacted by Winter Storm Jonas. Here on Weather Underground, we want to give you the timing all the way tonight back towards the west. Little Rock already starting to fill in with ice and snow. But notice what happens later tonight across Kentucky and back into the mid-Atlantic. Tomorrow, this really fills in. Coastal low gets going. We have a corridor of very heavy ice across North Carolina, but very heavy snow in Virginia. That then stretches up I-95 and up I-81 more in particular by Friday night. Virginia up through Pennsylvania, a corridor of extreme snow, and we'll be able to follow that into Saturday, where the northern fringes are still under question. Just how far north can that heavy snow go? But the mid-Atlantic looks like you're going to get some big-time totals. The pink colors, 18 to 24 inches, if not more than 2 feet. This is a big-time storm. Here's what we know right now. Because of all the snow, states of emergency have been declared in the nation's capital, as well as Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, down through Tennessee, North Carolina, even parts of Georgia. More than 76 million people under some sort of winter weather alert right now. Schools closing, Baltimore, D.C., the D.C. suburbs, and Virginia and Maryland, no school tomorrow. And more than 2,000 flights have been canceled up and down the East Coast. Of course, down to the south, a wet and stormy side of Winter Storm Jonas. Not only were we talking big-time snow in the mid-Atlantic, but we've got a tornado threat down towards the south. Let's go out to the lab. Severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes standing by, watching these storms that do continue into the nighttime hours.
Yeah, indeed they do. They're about ready to roll out of Mississippi, southeast Mississippi, into southwest parts of Alabama. And there's a couple of storms in there, still with damaging wind threats. And occasionally, this one had a tornado warning that has just expired. We have these storms heading eastbound across southern parts of Alabama. We also will have some storms that are coming in off the Gulf of Mexico, not out of the question that they could give a tornado for southwest Alabama or the Florida Panhandle overnight tonight. So we're certainly not finished. Taking a look here, look at this big swirl. This is east central parts of Mississippi, south of Meridian. Big bow echo there. Could be damaging winds coming across Clark and Lauderdale counties. And you can never totally rule out a tornado in these kind of situations. Off to the east of and northeast of Hattiesburg there had been a tornado warning in this one. Still severe thunderstorm warnings for this. There is and this line, as it tracks east, could be coming toward Waynesboro, Mississippi, say about 8:10 p.m. Mostly, though, it is a gust front now with the green flow here, the prevailing southeast winds versus west winds that are coming in. It is past the Hattiesburg area now. Could be some stray trees and power lines down across those areas. Then down farther to the south of Hattiesburg, another similar situation. Circulation's inside the line here in Purvis County, Lamar County, I should say, around the Purvis area. Then down in New Orleans, next hour or so, you have the storms to your west coming in from the line. Additional showers and thunder showers coming in from the southwest. None of them severe at the moment, but can't rule out possibility of that becoming the case. Surface low very close to the Jackson, Mississippi area. Warm front. You can see the warm air south and east of that. So that is the area then overnight tonight that has that severe weather threat. In some of the instability, it's not quite as great as it had been, but the winds are increasing a little bit. I've given these areas as far south and east as Tallahassee Torcon values of 4 on the 10-point scale. Tomorrow, surface low of the warm front will be across from Macon, Georgia, over to Charleston. So anywhere from the Florida Peninsula up into southern parts of Georgia, maybe southern South Carolina, could be damaging winds, isolated tornado threat. Torcons of 3 there, southern Georgia, northern Florida, and probably another separate little area where storms may come onshore south of the Tampa, Florida area. Mark?
Thanks, Dr. Forbes. And now we want to check out some of the amazing images that came out of snow-covered Knoxville, Tennessee. Winter Storm Ilias came through, right? And we're taking a look at some of the aerial footage that came through, taken by a drone yesterday. 2.5 inches of snow, but it just kind of painted the scene in white as a precursor to what's still to come. Because the South, not only dealing with severe storms tonight, not only ice and snow from the past couple of days, but could transition to ice and snow again on the back edge of Jonas. Big-time impacts on the way. Snow specialist Carl Parker, who's been standing by with us all night long. Carl, big-time snows in places that don't get it all that often, and ice impacts too.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about maybe another 5 to 8 inches there in the Nashville metro. That's a foot or more in eastern parts of Kentucky. Look at western North Carolina. Huge snows there. Big game there on Sunday, and it's probably going to be tough getting there for a lot of folks. And then you've got some snow also reaching down into the Atlanta metro. So we wanted to talk about how all this is going to time out, and this is the RPM model. We put the freezing line in there. If you were thinking about traveling to western North Carolina tomorrow, it would be a terrible,
bad planning.
Terrible day to do that. You got snow, you got sleet, you got freezing rain, maybe 1/2 inch of ice accumulation that can make it impossible to drive on the roads, of course. And that's going to go on through the day on Friday.
But also look what's happening back here.
Yeah.
The Memphis metro area went from rain and storms to maybe some sleet, and then crashes over to a quick burst of heavy snow just in time for the Friday morning morning commute.
It's incredible. Tornado warnings, then a couple of days later, you're talking about some snow coming down. And then here you've got snow coming into the Nashville area. We'll take it into the afternoon. You see how that really begins to overspread central Tennessee. You've still got this freezing rain and sleet there across a lot of North Carolina. Snow coming down in earnest in Virginia. And then even into Saturday, we've got some more lingering snow showers, and that drops right down into the Atlanta metro as well. So in terms of ice accumulation, we're thinking about a half of an inch or more from Greensboro on southwestward down towards Charlotte. Obviously, when you're talking about that kind of ice accumulation, that's going to lead to power outages. So that's going to be the worry in North Carolina. And then because of the snow and wind, we'll have that issue farther north as well.
And that ice really builds up on the tree limbs, the power lines, that stuff starts falling. Real big impacts there. You know, we've got some of the hidden dangers. You don't always think about power outages when it comes to winter storms, although they are a big time threat, right? Because it's also cold out, so you lose your heat. But then this has a huge storm, coastal impacts, wind, beach erosion. These are some of the lesser talked about impacts from this storm on the way, Carl.
Yeah, and we could be talking about enough wind to cause really serious damage, drop some tree limbs, that kind of thing. Here's a look at the winds coming up here over the next couple of days. And so they really start to move in tomorrow. And then we see this thing called the low-level jet really setting up across the Delmarva there. So that's winds of 50 to 60 miles per hour in Atlantic City as well as Ocean City, Bethany. And again, that's enough to cause some structural damage or bring some trees down. And it's certainly going to pile up the waves and cause some coastal overwash. We see more of that then going through the day and into Saturday, and finally by Sunday more of an offshore flow, and that's really going to bring that coastal flood threat down. But there's the high wind watch in effect at a lot of our favorite beaches in the summertime for those in D.C., Baltimore, and Philly. And then here I want to show you what's happening with the coastal flood threat. Now, there's been some talk about this, relating this to Sandy. This is not going to be as bad, we don't believe. The waves are not nearly as high in this case. The trajectory is different as well, but there could be moderate to major flooding along the Jersey coastline there and down into the Delmarva.
Lots of impacts to still follow. Carl, thanks so much. But Jonas could become a historic event for the nation's capital. NBC's Miguel Almaguer is in D.C. as the city prepares for this monster storm. Miguel.
Tonight, after snow and sleet move through Tennessee, preparation and panic across the east for a monster storm set to blast at least 80 million.
I think it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be a big storm.
36 hours of blinding snow, ice, flooding, and power outages.
Hunker down. We are not going anywhere.
The bullseye Friday, Washington, D.C. Just last night, it turned ugly here. A dusting brought the nation's capital to its knees.
If this is what a single inch does, how can we handle a blizzard?
20-minute commutes took up to 5 hours. Some abandoned their cars. The president's motorcade slipping and sliding. D.C.'s mayor under fire for being underprepared.
That we are very sorry for inadequate response. We believe that we did not provide adequate resources.
Now they're expecting 2 feet of snow.
How bad do you think it's going to be?
For this area, we shut down the city pretty much shut down for half an inch of snow, so it's going to be very bad.
With 5 states, D.C., and several counties in Georgia under a state of emergency, more than 1,000 flights are already canceled. In Washington, rail and bus service suspended this weekend. Worries gas will run short. Food is flying off the shelves. Shovels and snow salt hard to come by.
I've never seen a line this long.
Maryland's governor issued a warning: stockpile food.
Not just to last for the weekend, but enough to last up to an entire week.
From North Carolina to the Jersey Shore, high tides and strong winds. A dangerous combination for an area hit hard by Superstorm Sandy.
We're planning for the worst, hoping for the best.
Tonight, a scramble to prepare, a race against time.
This is the largest salt barn east of the Mississippi, a massive facility where they've already started to take the salt out to treat the roads. If the forecast holds true over the weekend, they're going to need every inch of this salt to keep this city safe. Back to you.
Miguel, thanks so much. The school closure list continues to grow. The latest is the Nashville-Davidson School District closed for tomorrow. Winter Storm Jonas at full strength over the weekend. Road conditions will be a major issue from tonight right on through the weekend. We're going to take a look at which interstates will be hit the hardest, how the crews are getting the roadways ready ahead of this storm, and we want you to join in the discussion. We're answering your questions from Twitter. Use the hashtag WUTV. We'll answer them live.
What's this? A box. It takes worn out things and makes them better.
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn out batteries and making them into something strong. Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
Olive Garden's all-new flavor-filled pastas with ravioli so nice we filled them twice. Bursting with indulgent flavors like chicken marsala ravioli or smoked mozzarella manicotti. Plus unlimited salad and breadsticks starting at $12.99 for a limited time at Olive Garden.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tires she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even when half worn, it's still safe, thanks to EverGrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
Welcome. How you doing? Good, how are you? So today you're going to choose a mobile office. Okay. You can choose this Chevy Silverado, which offers built-in 4G LTE Wi-Fi, or you can choose this Ford F-150, which doesn't offer Wi-Fi. But to make up for it, we added a trailer, a satellite antenna, and Dolores.
Hey, fellas.
What? So which one do you want?
I'd pick the Chevy. Definitely.
Or get this dependable Silverado All-Star Edition with a total value of $7,250. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Fact. Advil pain relievers are used by more households than any other leading brand. To treat their aches and pains, more people reach for Advil. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil.
Every insurance policy has a number, but not every insurance company understands the life behind it. For those who've served and the families who've supported them, we offer our best service in return. USAA, we know what it means to serve. Get an insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
Your brain is an amazing thing, but as you get older, it naturally begins to change, causing a lack of sharpness or even trouble with recall. Thankfully, the breakthrough in Prevagen helps your brain and actually improves memory. The secret is an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish. In clinical trials, Prevagen has been shown to improve short-term memory. Prevagen, the name to remember.
We can now see Winter Storm Jonas getting going across the country. Even in the Little Rock area, we are watching that snow to sleet to freezing rain transition really going. It was rain earlier. Now the cold air is pushing on in. Further towards the Nashville area, you're starting to show some of the fringes of frozen precipitation. Nashville, Davidson County schools closed tomorrow. Timing this out for you, we can see that the rain quickly changes over to snow. Here's your Friday morning commute time, right? Memphis and Nashville really hammering down snow. And then by the evening, we look towards the mid-Atlantic. I-81 in particular could see big-time snowfall. Look at it all the way down into central Georgia, the potential for a few flakes to be flying. It doesn't appear that we'll have the highest storm totals that far south, but some real impacts from this storm all the way through the weekend. Now, the roadways are impacted, including by the ice storm here that could happen across North Carolina. Salt trucks being loaded by the dozen along the East Coast. How about this? Crews in Arlington, Virginia in full deployment ahead of the storm's arrival tomorrow. Trucks and plows out trying to handle what could be a mix of wintry mess. Snow, sleet, freezing rain. They got to be prepared for all of it. So we are talking about the road conditions leading in to this storm, including the I-95 corridor. And what we can do here is kind of fly through the clouds and underneath the weather, showing you D.C. In D.C., it does appear that we will have big-time snows. Question marks south and east, a lock north and west, but heaviest snow will be Friday night into Saturday morning, and the potential is there for a record-breaking snowfall, especially considering the two-day snowfall for the D.C. area. As we continue our trek up I-95 towards Wilmington and then into Philadelphia, the snow begins late Friday evening for you. Heaviest snow will be Saturday morning into early afternoon. Good timing, right? Because you don't have to necessarily go anywhere. Keep that in mind. You don't want to be on the road Saturday on I-95. Go through Rutgers and New Brunswick and up towards New York City on Saturday. You will see some snow early Saturday morning, but the heaviest snow Saturday night. Big time questions, though, north of New York City. Potential that you see very little anywhere north of New York, as that's the cutoff, basically, for those mesoscale banded features. I-64, though, from Louisville to Richmond, you're going to have impacts on almost the whole roadway there also. Louisville, from tonight into early tomorrow, we see that precip moving in. So snow begins Friday morning. Heaviest snow will be Friday afternoon. And that is a problem for the afternoon commute. If you did get out before the snow, coming back home might not be as easy. As we head east towards Charleston, West Virginia, Friday early afternoon, the snow begins. So if you can head home early, that'll help a lot. Friday afternoon to Friday night, though, you do get a burst of heavy snow there, too. In towards the I-64 corridor, all the way over towards Richmond, Virginia. Heaviest snow Friday afternoon into Friday night. It will be windy, right? Friday night and Saturday, we really see the wind picking up from central Virginia all the way through the mid-Atlantic. When you're talking about winds like this, that means far-reaching impacts, because that snow is going to accumulate on the branches, on the power lines. That wind just adds more to that force, more weight. And so when you see snowfall totals like this, especially along I-81, just gargantuan snowfall total potential and big-time issues. Now, over the past 2.5 hours, we've been asking you for your questions and your comments to come into play. This is the Sounding Off segment where we get to hear from you. Michael Butler behind the bar. What's coming in today?
The first one's from Brendan.
All right, Brendan wants to know, could Winter Storm Jonas intensify enough for bombogenesis to occur, that 24 millibar drop in 24 hours?
I don't think so in this case. I think we're going to be around 1,000 millibars tomorrow and about 990 on Saturday. It's actually not that intense of an area of low pressure. It's just the difference in pressure between the low and the high to the north that's causing all the wind surrounding this.
It's easier to think about that in the form of water. You pile up water in a bathtub, that's your high pressure, and as soon as you let that water go, it flows into those lower areas, and so that's the pressure gradient force. That's why we're seeing so much wind energy with this
Exactly. Yep.
All right, Matt has a new question.
All right, Matt has a question, and it is, if and what is the tornado threat for Charleston tomorrow?
I think there is a threat for tornadoes there right along the coast in North Carolina and South Carolina.
And we have a graphic for that.
Okay, yeah, let's take a look. So there it is right there. You see it just reaches up there into the coastal areas of South Carolina, certainly so in Florida and South Georgia. And so, yeah, it could be a lot like today where we have some tornadic storms.
Yeah, especially into Florida, too. And we're going to be answering a whole bunch more questions coming up. So keep sending them in. We'll try to sneak it in before Weather Underground ends. And, you know, another check on Winter Storm Jonas coming up next. We're going to answer more of your questions. Ask away. Use the hashtag WUTV on Twitter. Hopefully, we'll get yours answered. We're going to do a rapid fire session coming up right after the break.
There is something in the people, something in the sand, there's something in the air, something in the water, something in the night, and it's something you can only find here. Jamaica, home of all right. Book your trip to Jamaica with United Vacations.
We know you have a morning routine. We have one too. 7 days a week, AMHQ is right here and weather ready.
Let me get you ready for the day weather-wise. We've got a lot going on this morning.
Definitely see what kind of pattern we've had.
So start your morning routine with Jim Cantori, Stephanie Abrams, Jan Carfagna, and the rest of AMHQ.
It is a team here at the Weather Channel, and an awesome team at that.
Let's get right to what you want, and that is the weather.
AMHQ, every morning starting at 5 on the Weather Channel.
A winter storm warning is in effect. Currently in our area, 21 degrees under clear skies. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low 19. Winds east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, snow likely, high 24. Snow accumulating 8 to 12 inches. Friday night, snow, low 20. Snow accumulating 5 to 8 inches. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Inside every business, the right information doesn't always get into the right hands.
Johnson makes how much? Son of a Betty! You know how much Johnson makes?
Let Brother customize an office solution that ensures your confidential information stays that way. We'll equip you with authorized access for paper and digital documents, putting peace of mind at your side.
Betty!
At the Joseph A. Bank Buy More, Save More sale, get up to 75% off all suits and sport coats when you buy 3, including traveler suits now $199 each when you buy 3. Plus, take an extra 50% off most clearance. Only at Joseph A. Bank.
When you've got a house full of guests on the way and a cold with sinus pressure, you need fast relief. Alka-Seltzer Plus Severe Sinus Congestion and Cough Liquid Gels rush relief to your tough symptoms to put you back in control.
Coming.
Alka-Seltzer Plus Sinus.
Hey, pal. You ready? Can you pick me up at 6:30?
I'm here.
Too late.
I'll go for 5 minutes. Move it. Killing me. You know what, Dad? I'm good.
It may be quite a while before he's ready, but our Subaru Legacy will be waiting for him.
The longest-lasting midsize sedan in its class. The 2016 Subaru Legacy. It's not just a sedan, it's a Subaru.
Toyota is a Reader's Digest most trusted brand. So check out Camry with a 5-star overall safety rating and a comfortable interior that's packed with the latest technology to help keep you connected. Now take $1,250 cash back on a Camry or choose no interest financing for 5 years, plus $500 toward your down payment. Camry helps you get the most out of your drive. Just ask a friend who drives one. Toyota, let's go places.
It's the Switch and Shout event at Suddenlink, where you can save big on true broadband internet that's way faster than phone company internet. Suddenlink makes streaming, gaming, and downloading faster and easier, with enough bandwidth to power all your devices wirelessly. You get so much more for so much less. So give a shout out to savings during the Suddenlink Switch and Shout event.
Get 50 meg high-speed internet for $35 a month when you bundle.
Meteorologist Tory in Washington, D.C. Will this be the third time in history that we've had 20 inches or snow right where I'm standing? We're going to find out only on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back to Weather Underground, everybody, where we continue to follow Winter Storm Jonas. And right? D.C., the heaviest snow is already knocking on the doorstep for you. By Friday night, Philadelphia is getting in on the act. By Saturday morning, New York City. And notice it's still snowing. Roanoke to D.C., the I-81 corridor could be the big winner or big loser, as you know, it all depends on your point of view for this one. Snowfall total forecast. A lot of you have been asking us about just how much you're going to see in your neck of the woods. How about this? A widespread swath of 18 to 24 inches. Some areas within there over 2 feet. New York City, big question mark. Potential for 5 to 8, but just north, almost nothing. That's how you know this is going to be a tough forecast for a New York City area. D.C., similar story, south and east. Some warm air intrusion, limiting the totals. Just to the west, potential for more than 2 feet of snow. And you know, there's a great app to keep you ahead of the winter storm. Winter Storm Jonas, the storms themselves, like the severe weather on the south, it's called the Storm app for iPhone or iPad. Michael Butler behind the bar. Show us how this all comes together.
Yeah, first of all, this is a great app because we always tell everybody have multiple ways of getting a warning, not just your cell phone, have a weather radio, and this app is a great thing. So what we have on here is the radar, and you can see that we can track storms, we can plot where we have tornado watches, you can also plot where you have winter weather advisories.
Apparently, can you mirror it? Can you scroll up and hit the magic button?
Yeah.
There we go.
So, okay, we'll just There we go. So we should have it now.
There we go.
Awesome. Okay, so you can see what we did here is we put on where we have the winter weather advisories, winter weather warnings, and what's great about this app is that you can get alerted when any of these are issued for your area. So you just go up here to the settings, and what you want to do is go to the alert tab, and this is important, have push notifications turned on. That'll follow you, so no matter where you take this app, wherever you take your phone, you know you'll get the latest warnings, and you can select it on how much distance you want it. So if there's a storm within 30 miles, you'll be the first to know.
And so that's the Storm app. You can find it on the iTunes store.
Right.
So the Storm app. So some great information there. You always got to have a way to get your warnings, especially considering we have the threat for nighttime tornadoes. So we are sounding off tonight, kind of a rapid fire session, a chance to hear from you. So many questions have been coming through. Michael, what's the first one up?
First one is...
Fatal Clan.
Yeah.
Fatal Clan 123. Why can snow fall when temperatures are above freezing?
Well, you know, it all depends on what the temperature in the column is. If it's cold enough to support snow until the very last, then it can be snow all the way down and it won't melt as it reaches the ground, even if it's 35 or 40 or 45 degrees.
Precip type matters much more about what's happening above your head than what's happening is where your head actually is.
Exactly right.
All right, who's next?
Cynthia.
Cynthia wants to know, how are inches of snow measured differently from inches of rain? This is a good one.
Yeah, well, basically, snow is measured with a ruler by putting it in the ground where the snow is, and rain is captured in a rain gauge. That's really the big difference between the two.
And so a rain gauge is one location because rain is much more uniform when it falls in an area. Snow, you literally take a ruler in a few locations and average it out.
Yeah, there's a real process to that, especially when there's a lot of drifting going on, because it can be very tough to get an accurate measurement. In a storm like this, there's going to be a lot of drifting.
Yeah, little known fact too, grass is not the best surface to measure it on.
I could believe that.
They use the snowboard.
Exactly.
Piece of wood out there.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Okay, Chris is next.
Chris wants to know, has there ever been a tornado in a winter storm area? If so, is there footage of it?
I'm sure that there has. I'm sure that's, I mean, you know, we're getting very close actually today where you've got tornadoes or at least tornado warnings in southern Mississippi, and we're going to get some snow most likely coming up here in the next 24 hours.
Removed from a few hours, though. I don't think there's ever been a tornado while it's snowing.
Oh, no. Well, if you're talking about that, then I would say no, there hasn't.
Yeah.
And I think there's been like one documented case of a tornado on snow itself.
Yeah,
I think that's
rare.
an exceedingly, usually it's real warm first, you get the severe weather, and then you get the wintry weather obviously following that.
So two locations could have the same type of weather, probably not at the same time.
Yes.
Michael.
All right, the next one comes from Snap.
Snap wants to know, Snap this Tiger says, does the El Nino event influence the strength of these winter storms like Jonas?
I don't know about this very specific case, but I will say that in general what you have is a really active subtropical jet stream. That's the jet stream that comes across the southern tier of the U.S. And in an El Nino era, especially when you've got a really strong El Nino, it tends to be a lot more active. It's a stronger jet stream. You've got stronger disturbances coming through, and when you have a stronger disturbance and you've got enough cold air, boom, voila, you've got a winter storm.
Nice, and I think we've got time for one more.
That's right, when it comes from Orlando.
Orlando wants to know, I've been interested in weather since I was 7. I still don't understand how lightning can form in a snowstorm.
Well, so what that's about is the different layers of the atmosphere, as we've talked about. So you've got cold air at the surface, but you've got some warmer air coming in aloft and getting into the system. So there's your instability for a convective storm to get going. Plus, you've got tremendous vertical motion in general with that low pressure, and that too creates a very tall cloud in which you can get those charges separated and then lightning and thunder.
And sometimes in the snowstorms, when you have that kind of slate gray stratiform cloud that looks very different from a summertime thunderstorm, you can get a little bubble, just a little bit. And if the temperature's right about at 14 below 0 Fahrenheit, you can get a mix of precipitation types. And just in that bubble, there's enough to separate the charge.
Yeah.
And so instead of that huge towering cumulus, just a little pocket in that stratiform cloud deck could be enough to kick up some lightning.
A little bit of warmth and some lift in the atmosphere. Exactly. Yep.
So those are the ingredients, and that's what we look for when talking about winter storms and thunder snow. Of course, we're doing this again tomorrow. Mike Bettis will be back, but your questions are important. So we want you guys even more involved, especially if you have a personal weather station. If you want to talk and join the conversation about Winter Storm Jonas live on air, send us an email at wutv@wonderground.com. You give us your location, your personal weather station ID number, and any other information you want to share, and we'll try to get to you live live on the show tomorrow night. Man, what a show. So much that we've gone through tonight for all of us here at Weather Underground. Thanks for watching, and remember, together we know more. And right now we're going to hand it off to Keith Carson and Nick Walker. They're going to take you through the next several hours on Weather Center Live. Guys, over to you.
This is predicted to be the worst storm our state has seen since Snowmageddon.
I'm in a panic mode right now.
I feel like the best thing is you just, assume for the worst and get everything you need.
If you don't have to be out, don't get out in it.
I would suggest that people pay attention to this system.
I'm going to see if I find something a little bit warmer.
We layer. That's the only way to survive in all the snow.
I don't intend to leave.
Everyone's going crazy about it.
Residents and commuters should get home as early as possible on Friday.
Anyone who has the illusion that they're going to be taking big trips on Saturday and Sunday, get that out of your mind. It's not happening.
Winter Storm Jonas will be thumping snow across the roads, much more than we saw from Winter Storm Ilias. And that's not all. Ice, like the kind that slowed travel in Washington, D.C. last night to a crawl. Jonas could coat some places in up to an inch of ice. And along parts of the East Coast hit so hard by Superstorm Sandy, there's another threat: coastal surge. We're here right now and deep into the night to keep you ahead of this dangerous system, Winter Storm Jonas.
Oh, welcome to Winter Storm Central, a special report. I'm Keith Carson.
And I'm Nick Walker. We're here deep into the night to keep you on top of Winter Storm Jonas and its likely impacts.
All right, currently millions of people in a bunch of states under watches here. Warnings or advisories from Winter Storm Jonas, and those advisories stretch from Kansas through the eastern seaboard.
And there's another big weather concern right now, and that is severe storms. And check out the hail that just hammered this pool in Texas. There were reports of baseball-sized hail in Tangipahoa Parish, Louisiana. And it's not just hail. Severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes says there has been a possible tornado near Wesson, Mississippi. We'll have more on the severe weather threat in just a few minutes. Right now, Keith shows us where Jonas is setting up.
All right, thank you, Nick. Let's take a look at this thing on our satellite or water vapor imagery, and you can see it's pretty well developed here with a good swirl. It is going to get a lot low, deeper and stronger here over the next 24 hours, but this is the beginning. It is, for the most part, a warm system on the warm side of things, but that will change rapidly, of course, giving us our big impacts coming up. There it is, the severe weather that Nick was talking about. We'll discuss that a little bit more. Not much cold air down across the deep south right now, so we're looking at some of these dynamics as this low intensifies being more severe than they are wintry. But what happens here is this is a classic setup for a strong storm system. Big ridge of high pressure in place here. That provides cold air, funnels it down the eastern seaboard, and also acts as a blocking mechanism for this low as it tries to move to the north and east. What that ultimately does is as this low develops and gets stronger, it slows the whole thing down, because if it moves very quickly, that limits the precipitation. This will move very slowly and allow it to hit some of the same areas over and over again with mostly snowfall. There will be a very limited rain-snow line here just along the immediate coastline in through the Carolinas. A lot of this will be wintry precipitation. It follows the jet stream and eventually will trek out to sea, but not before going up most of the eastern seaboard and then scooting a hard right away from southern New England. That won't come, though, until Sunday morning. At that point, it'll have done a lot of damage already. So let's take a look at the first part of this, which will be some winter precipitation in through the Carolinas. So we're starting right around now, and you can see it's all just wet. But as we get into tomorrow morning, see this cold air here in through Charlotte. The cold air is coming down on that ridge of high pressure. You're looking at snow and some freezing rain. Charlotte's going to be a spot we really have to watch closely. They'll see freezing rain, they'll see snow, and not well equipped really for either of those things, and they're going to see a whole lot of it. There's your 32-degree line right there, indicating where most of this is frozen precipitation. Raleigh gets into some ice as well. So what happens with the freezing rain is that we have the cold air at the surface and the warm air aloft kind of scoured it out, but the cold air stays there and things freeze over. Nashville, by the way, another shot of snow after they just dealt with one a day ago. Now, Washington, D.C., we're going to talk a lot about them through the show today because they're going to be in the bullseye of the storm. Baltimore, though, as well, and Richmond. So they start a little bit later. First half of the day should be fine in D.C., but after that, things fall apart quickly as these bands of snow move in. Here we are at midnight. Look at that. Really heavy stuff with that low offshore, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, up into Philadelphia, seeing what we call S+, very, very heavy snowfall, probably 1 inch to 2 inches an hour at least at that point through Saturday morning. Philadelphia. Now New York gets in on this because New York will be fine on Friday, and they'll start to snow here as we head into Saturday. That's when some of the heavy stuff will come, and then it moves offshore after that. What are we looking at as far as snowfall amounts? Huge totals here. 18 to 24 through most of Virginia up into Washington, D.C. But again, look at even Nashville here. They're on the edge of that 8 to 12, 5 to 8 range. That is going to be a huge impact for them. Farther to the north, the toughest part of this forecast, without question, is New York City, the northern extent of the precipitation right on the edge of New York. Right now, we're in the 5 to 8 inch range with them. Nick?
Well, let's talk more about D.C., and as you've come to expect, our crews are out in force for this powerful winter storm. That includes our own Mike Seidel. He's in Washington, D.C., and earlier this evening, he pinpointed how the area is bracing for this winter storm.
Here in the nation's capital, they are gearing up for the big one. Schools are closed on Friday. D.C. government employees can go home early, and the snow emergency plan kicks in at 9:30 in the morning. We've got the yardstick. Jim Cantori and myself will be right here bringing you the pictures, and they're going to be wild and woolly, especially later Friday night through Saturday evening. The combination of heavy wind-driven snow, winds gusting over 40 miles an hour. It's going to be quite the storm. We're expecting around 20 inches in the district, plus or minus an inch or two. West of here, as you get out towards the Shenandoah, we could see as much as 2 feet of snow heading out I-66. Also, over the weekend, mass transit has been shut down. Metro Rail, Metro bus service not operating Saturday and Sunday here in Washington, and the bus service will only run until 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon. Also, Baltimore City schools are closed. One potentially for the record books. If they can get 20.0 inches of snow, that'll put them in second place for the largest 1-day, 2-day, and 3-day snowfall on record here in Washington going back to the 1800s. And that's a lot of snow considering that officially at Reagan National, they only average about 15 or so inches of snow in a typical winter. I'm Weather Channel meteorologist Mike Seidel in D.C. at the Capitol. Don't forget to join Jim Cantori first thing tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Eastern right here on AMHQ on the Weather Channel. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Mike. Jonas already having an impact in a lot of places. And this is what we know now about this dangerous winter storm. In Washington, D.C., the Metro will suspend service from Friday afternoon until Sunday. Baltimore and D.C. schools will be closed tomorrow. And so far, over 2,000 flights have been canceled both tomorrow and Saturday.
Closing seems like a good idea. Thanks, Nick. And the impact's just beginning. One of the trickiest parts of Jonas, the little things that can make a big difference in the forecast.
Yeah, little things like this. Could ice coat streets or snow slam them? On the way, the latest timeline for the cities and towns in the path of this powerful storm. It's crucial information you need to know. Stay with us.
What's this? A box. It takes worn out things and makes them better.
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn-out batteries and making them into something strong. Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
Heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
I really want there to be a venue where people who are trying to make a difference can have a voice and have a place to talk about their passions. Weather, climate, environment, technology, science. They're the topics of our lives right now. So let's talk about it.
A winter storm warning is in effect. Currently in our area, 21 degrees under clear skies. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low 19. Winds east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, snow likely, high 24. Snow accumulating 8 to 12 inches. Friday night, snow, low 20. Snow accumulating 5 to 8 inches. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I'm meteorologist in Washington, D.C. Will this be the third time in history that we've had 20 inches or snow right where I'm standing? We're going to find out only on the Weather Channel.
All we need to sell Strongbow Hard Cider is ice. Oh, and an award for best tasting hard cider. You're in our shot.
No, I'm not.
Strongbow!
Are you powered by protein? We are. Milk has 8 grams to help give you energy to unleash your potential. Start every day with Milk's protein and Milk Life.
Well, the squirrels are back in the attic.
Mom?
Your dad won't call an exterminator.
Can I call you back, Mom?
He says it's personal this time.
If you're a mom, you call it the worst time. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Where are you? It's very loud there. Are you taking a Zumba class?
We did not provide adequate resources at a time where it could make a difference in last evening's commute. We should have been out earlier with more resources. Our city has a responsibility to residents and visitors to deliver essential services every single day. And last night, we didn't meet those goals. And for that, we are very sorry.
Apology from Washington, D.C.'s mayor after light snowfall brought gridlock last evening. Now the city faces a much greater challenge, a potential blizzard and heavy, heavy snow. All right, let's talk about this thing. You know, sometimes those little bouts of snow can be worse for traffic than these big predicted blizzards, which is what we're going to end up with in D.C. They've already hoisted, and they did this yesterday, actually. They had a blizzard watch yesterday, which was very early, upgraded now in Baltimore and Washington, D.C. to a blizzard warning. Philadelphia and New York are under blizzard watches, in through Long Island as well. A little bit less certain there whether or not they'll get the criteria, but I'll tell you what, Philadelphia is looking pretty good as far as getting to that blizzard criteria in the early morning hours on Saturday. Okay, all about timing, right? We'll show you Washington, D.C. to Baltimore. Friday morning, you're good. You want to run errands, do whatever, you do you. Friday morning, you'll be fine. But by the late afternoon, here comes the snow. And the onset of this will probably be pretty quick because there's not a ton of dry air to evaporate out and saturate that column. So it starts snowing in D.C. Midnight, it is snowing heavily in D.C. and Baltimore. So you want to be off the roads if you can by the afternoon, especially in Washington, D.C. Snows overnight on Saturday, through the day here on Saturday, before wrapping up late Saturday night. At that point, we can start to clean things up on Sunday. And I'd imagine a city like D.C., Sunday afternoon, you'll be in better shape as far as being able to drive around because of the plow situation. But until then, you're kind of going to be on lockdown there through much of the day on Saturday. These snowfall rates really could come down. If we get thunder snow in there, could be talking about 2 or 3 inches an hour. Here's a good way of looking at it. We have this bar graph showing you snowfall rates. So obviously the taller they get, the heavier the snowfall is. So as I mentioned, you know, in the afternoon it starts snowing, but I really start to get concerned around 5 or 6 o'clock. That's when the heavier snow starts ramping up. And by midnight, it is really snowing heavily, and that continues one way or another through most of the day on Saturday. That's why I'd advise that Saturday is a really tough time. And by the way, look at these winds. These are sustained, 25 miles an hour out of the north and northeast, hence nor'easter, and then finally it tapers down here as we head into Saturday night. But not to be lost in all of this, it's not just Washington, D.C., it's the whole surrounding area. Interstate 81, we're looking at snowfall amounts of 24 inches. I would not be surprised to see more than that. And Baltimore, The rain-snow line will not get into Baltimore. It will be out here somewhere. As a result, Baltimore looking at about 20 inches of snow as well. So it's not just about D.C., it's about D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia. By the way, D.C.'s top 5 snowfall totals right in there. Very, very good chance this one will end up in the top 5. Nick?
Well, Keith, there's also a severe side of this storm, and we've already seen damage in the south across Mississippi today. Lamar, Mississippi, a tornado reported with damage to at least 2 homes and numerous trees and power lines down. Now we have a tornado watch out until 3 in the morning here, Central Time, and it covers portions of Alabama on down into the panhandle there of Florida. We'll continue to keep our eye on those areas while we're also watching this line of thunderstorms coming out of Mississippi and into Alabama right now. Just across the border now into Alabama, Choctaw County under a warning here for hail and damaging winds until 8:45 p.m. We're also still seeing that warning there just south of Waynesboro and around Hattiesburg, Perry, and Wayne counties under that warning here for hail and damaging winds for just a few more minutes. No warnings around the New Orleans area, plentiful rain, and we'll continue to see those storms move eastward with possible tornadoes even into tomorrow. Keith?
All right, thank you, Nick. Well, Jonas, a multifaceted storm with many potential dangers. One of them along the coast hit hard by Superstorm Sandy. Communities there rushing to firm up their defenses as Jonas moves in.
Inspired by a city where men's fashion is equal to women's, I present Black, my first collection of formal wear fitted to the modern groom. Finally, the bride has met her match. Black by Vera Wang at Men's Warehouse.
I recommend Nature Made fish oil because I trust their quality. They were the first to have a product verified by USP, an independent organization that sets strict quality and purity standards.
Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended fish oil brand. I turn around and there's 3 rattlesnakes.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Don't worry, Rob, you're covered.
State Farm agents are there whenever you need them.
With an unlimited mileage warranty on your certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz, you can drive as far as you want for up to 3 years and be covered. So no matter where you go, your peace of mind and confidence will be as unlimited as your mileage. Visit the Certified Pre-Owned Sales event now through February 29th and learn more about our unlimited mileage warranty only at your authorized dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
When heartburn hits, fight back fast. Tums Smoothie starts dissolving the instant it touches your tongue and neutralizes stomach acid at the source. Smoothies, only from Tums.
Don't be a killer car. Save an innocent life. Don't be a killer car. Please, I got 2 kids and a wife. Don't be a killer car. Get them wipers on fleek.
We know you have a morning routine. We have one too. 7 days a week. AMHQ is right here and weather ready.
Let me get you ready for the day weather-wise.
We've got a lot going on this morning.
Definitely see what kind of pattern we've had.
So start your morning routine with Jim Cantori, Stephanie Abrams, Jan Carfagna, and the rest of AMHQ.
It is a team here at the Weather Channel and an awesome team at that.
Let's get right to what you want, and that is the weather.
AMHQ, every morning starting at 5 on the Weather Channel.
Hey folks, I'm Billy Pantella with Pantella Mitsubishi. We have over 20 Mitsubishi Mirage in stock. This car will save you money on your payments and at the pump. The Mirage gets 44 miles per gallon and brand new is under $12,000 or $176 per month. That's a brand new Mirage for $176 per month, and the Mirage is backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Get a new Mirage for only $176 per month with no money down. Come see me, Pantella Mitsubishi, 690 Opal Road in Princeton, or Pantella.com.
Morgan & Morgan Insurance is changing our name to West Virginia Insurance Agency. It's still the same people, the same great quality companies, with the same local service that you deserve, only with a different name. And we've moved our Roncevert location to 151 Feemster Road in Lewisburg. Call West Virginia Insurance Agency at 304-645-4565 or come see us at our brand new location, 151 Feemster Road in Lewisburg. West Virginia Insurance Agency, focusing our efforts to meet your needs.
A winter storm warning is in effect. Currently in our area, 19 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low 19, winds east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, snow likely, high 24, snow accumulating 8 to 12 inches. Friday night, snow, low 20, snow accumulating 5 to 8 inches. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The snow, the precipitation is not a concern. Not for our town. Our big concern is how much of the Atlantic Ocean is going to come into our town, and how much we can mitigate against that now over the next 48 hours before that storm reaches us.
Belmar, New Jersey, just one town along the East Coast prepared for Winter Storm Jonas to come its way. Winter Storm Watch now in effect, but one of the things we're really concerned about here is coastal flooding and erosion as the storm makes its way towards the coastline with some strong whipping winds. Let's talk about why those winds will be so strong and what it's going to do for the storm surge here. You know, you think about storm surge, you think about tropical systems. It's not exclusive to tropical systems, though. Nor'easters can really do some damage along the coastline. Let's take a look at this. So strong onshore flow is going to be our biggest problem. Look, if the winds are in out of the northwest, you don't have any problems. It's not going to pile up water. It's not going to push it right up against places like Ocean City and Atlantic City. But in this case, with the position of the low, the winds will fetch out of the northeast and at times due east, which is a direct onslaught here to the coastline. Atlantic City, Ocean City, I think, two of the hardest hit areas here where we really see those winds driving onshore. Times up to 75 miles an hour, believe it or not. It is a really strong low. We have a pressure gradient with that high to the north. So we have coastal flood watches in effect down across Jersey, in through Maryland as well, and here in through Long Island. So there's a lot of question marks here in places like New York City as far as how much snow is going to fall. But there aren't any question marks as far as how strong the winds will be and what kind of coastal flooding we're going to see. Those are not as finite for us to nail down, so we feel confident there will be strong winds, piling of the water, and some coastal flooding. All right, timing this out, here we are Friday afternoon, relatively quiet from New York to Atlantic City to D.C. As the storm moves up the eastern seaboard, here we are on Saturday morning. Strong winds starting to get into parts of Maryland here. Delaware also involved in this, and then really ripping on shore by mid-morning on Saturday, 50, 60 miles an hour in Atlantic City. The storm continues to wrap up. Still strong winds here Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. Even places like Nantucket. You know, most of New England is actually going to be left out of this storm as far as snowfall goes, but they're going to deal with some of the really strong winds out towards Provincetown, even down into Nantucket, Martha's Vineyard. Those areas will get whipping winds as this storm moves out, and then eventually the low does wrap off to the north and east and things will settle down. In addition to that, Atlantic City actually in a high astronomical tide, so we could see some flooding concerns because of that with those whipping winds. Nick?
So many impacts from Winter Storm Jonas, and one of those is the severe weather that we've already seen across Mississippi tonight. Power outages have been common. We've also had tree branches down as well as some reports of hail. Just one warning out right now as those thunderstorms, that line of thunderstorms comes from Mississippi on into Alabama. One severe thunderstorm warning here for Choctaw County in Alabama until 8:45. But you know, we can't really say that we're not going to have more severe threats tonight. We still have the threat threat of tornadoes this evening. Even during the overnight hours, we're going to see the possibility of severe weather. Then we'll be looking at a couple of areas tomorrow for the possibility of strong thunderstorms with the possibility of tornadoes. Tampa, Charleston, South Carolina, 2 areas that we're going to have to keep an eye on tomorrow for that possibility. Now, even tonight, as we mentioned, we have torcons out. Dr. Greg Forbes has a torcon of 4 here for southeast Mississippi on into southwestern Alabama and the western Florida panhandle into the early morning hours. Then tomorrow, we'll be watching the entire Florida peninsula up through the panhandle into southern Georgia and even into South Carolina, including the Charleston area for the possibility of not only hail and damaging winds, but also tornadoes. A 3 in 10 chance of that happening here in southern Georgia and in northern Florida. That's where the torcon is that Greg Forbes has posted. So we'll be watching this line of thunderstorms moving through tonight across Alabama and then eventually into Georgia and Florida during the early morning hours, with more severe possibilities in Florida and the Carolinas tomorrow. Keith?
All right, thanks, Zach. Well, tomorrow, the big day for Jonas. We'll give you details next.
This program brought to you by the Discover It card, the card that treats you like you'd treat you.
Give me miles, lots of miles, under starry skies above, don't fence me in. Let me fly anytime, any airline that I love, don't fence me in. Give me a mile and a half for every buck I spend, double my miles when the first year ends, no annual fees, no blackouts, let the fun begin, don't fence me in.
Get the Discover It Miles card.
If you have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, isn't it time to let the real you shine through? Introducing Otezla, a Premolast. Otezla is not an injection or a cream. It's a pill that treats plaque psoriasis differently. Some people who took Otezla saw 75% clearer skin after 4 months. And Otezla's prescribing information has no requirement for routine lab monitoring. Don't take Otezla if you are allergic to any of its ingredients. Otezla may increase the risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Side effects may include diarrhea, nausea, upper respiratory tract infection, and headache. Tell your doctor about all the medicines you take and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Ask your doctor about Otezla today. Otezla. Show more of you.
There it is. This is where I met your grandpa. Right under this tree.
Some things are worth holding on to.
They're hugging the tree.
That's why we got a Subaru.
Was it that tree?
The 2016 Subaru Outback. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Your brain is an amazing thing, but as you get older, it naturally begins to change, causing a lack of sharpness or even trouble with recall. Thankfully, the breakthrough in Prevagen helps your brain and actually improves memory. The secret is an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish. In clinical trials, Prevagen has been shown to improve short-term memory. Prevagen, the name to remember.
Jet.com is here. The smart way to save on pretty much anything. It's the biggest thing in shopping since shopping.
Make the cash call and ask for the do-over refi. If you refinanced your mortgage in the last 18 months, we can redo it at a lower rate, like today's 2.875% rate and APR with no closing costs. Just call 855-890-CASH.
It's amazing.
The Magicians. Double episode premiere Monday at 9 on Sci-Fi.
A winter storm warning is in effect. Currently in our area, 19 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low 19. Winds east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, snow likely, high 24. Snow accumulating 8 to 12 inches. Friday night, snow, low 20. Snow accumulating 5 to 8 inches. Here's our 7-day outlook.
This is predicted to be the worst storm our state has seen since Snowmageddon.
Unless you absolutely have to be out tomorrow afternoon, residents and commuters should get home as early as possible on Friday.
I would suggest that people pay attention to this system. There's enough consistency in all the models, not only in time, but from run to run, that they should take action.
Anyone who has the illusion that they're going to be taking big trips on Saturday and Sunday, get that out of your mind. It's not happening.
All right, I have a lot of illusions, Nick. That isn't one of them. The message couldn't be more clear. Strong storm with a lot of threats.
Yeah, the time to prepare is now. For some of us, it's getting very close to past time to prepare. So this is why we're going deep into the night to keep you ahead of this dangerous winter storm, Jonas. I'm Nick Walker.
And I'm Keith Carson. We're talking more than 77 million people at risk for winter weather. This storm challenges 1 in 4 Americans. It's amazing, actually, covering a lot of territory with a lot of different threats.
Yeah, ice is one of those big threats, and it's what we could see first as Jonas winds into gear from the plains into Arkansas. We're talking up to an inch of ice possible in spots, and that ice threat stretches east towards Charlotte.
And then, of course, there's storm surge as well. Places like Atlantic City bracing for at least 2 high tides during the strongest winds.
And snow. Snow is a big one. Washington, D.C. could see one of its top 5 snowfalls since record keeping began. We're talking up to 2 feet of snow. And Keith now shows us when and what to expect from Jonas.
All right, thanks, Nick. Yeah, obviously, D.C. we're talking a lot about, but places like Baltimore, Philadelphia, and New York on the northern side of things need to take this pretty seriously. Look at the extent of these winter storm watches. Blizzard warnings already hoisted here for D.C., Baltimore blizzard watches extending into New York and Long Island. So big time population in here. Forecast is very close in a place like New York City. That's going to be huge for us. All right, here's the thing right now. Here's the low. Jonas said you can see the moisture plume coming in out of the Gulf of Mexico. This is what we call the Miller Type A storm system. It'll basically be one low that'll go up, out, and around. Not too much transfer of energy, not too much what we call phasing. Pretty straightforward from that standpoint, which actually makes it a little bit easier to forecast. Now, right now in the deep south, this is all rain. Thunderstorms, severe weather. Nick was talking about that earlier. Had a report of a tornado as well. But as this moisture now moves into colder air, it obviously is going to change over to ice, some sleet, and some snow. Most of us will be dealing with snow. So there's that low moving offshore here. You know what makes this different than the other storm systems that came before it? We started with a relatively quiet winter. We didn't have these big domes of high pressure with the cold air in place to allow that snow to fall. We do this time. It's funneling down cold air, meeting with that moisture, and that's when you get a good-looking storm system. I'll tell you what, the computer models were locked into this thing for about a week. Even computer models that are generally kind of awful, like the Canadian, saw this thing coming from a mile away. That shows you kind of the signal it sent out in the atmosphere. So let's just compare where the models are right now and see if there's any difference. Here's the US GFS model. Big bullseye here of 2 feet plus 18 to 24. Now we're going to go to the European model. Okay, so it's a little bit less here, still a huge bullseye. Virginia, one way or another, is getting a lot of snow out of this, in through Maryland as well. That's going to be just a given with it. I think the biggest difference between the Euro and the GFS at this hour as the storm starts to move is New York City. So good news, nobody really lives there, right? Bad news, the computer models divergent a bit. So here's the GFS, 5 to 8 inches, and even some of our other computer models, there's one called the NAM that has even more in New York City, and then there's a big bullseye not far away. Now the European computer model generally suppressed just a little bit farther south with this thing. So no matter how you slice it, Long Island, in through Manhattan is right on the edge of the significant snow, because as you head to the north, dry air is going to start eating into this with this ridge of high pressure. So it's going to go from big time storm to not much to talk about to sunny across northern New England within a couple hundred miles. So I think New York City at the end of the day is going to be the toughest forecast for us and for everybody forecasting this storm. So here's what we've come up with here at the Weather Channel. Big snowfall totals as all the models had it, and New York City we have in that 5 to 8 inch range. Now it is worth noting places like Charlotte are going to see big impacts, and Nashville as well. Some mid-south cities here will have cold air at the surface, freezing rain, and then snow on top of that. Charlotte honestly could see 5, 6, 7 inches of snow. Same deal with Nashville, so it shouldn't be lost that it's just D.C. and Baltimore. Nick, it will be some of these mid-south cities as well.
Yeah, and you know, the winter storm preparations are in full force already in Washington, D.C. That's where we find our own Mike Seidel. He's been watching the situation all day, and earlier this evening, he pinpointed exactly how the area is bracing for Jonas.
It's not often that you need a yardstick to measure snow here in Washington, but this time around we are going to need it. Jim Cantori and I are here for the duration. The snow arrives later tomorrow afternoon, but ahead of that they've already shut down schools across many areas, including D.C. City schools and also Baltimore City schools. Metro Rail is shutting down for the entire weekend, Saturday and Sunday. No bus service, no subway service. Buses tomorrow will run till 5, and Metro Rail will run until 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Now remember, D.C. averages 15 inches of snow a season. So if we're talking 20 inches here, that is a lot of snow. We could see some records set. In fact, their largest 1, 2, and 3 day snowfalls, if we get 20 inches, that's going to rank number 2 in all those categories here in Washington. Jim Cantori back here live in the morning starting at 6 a.m. Eastern on the Weather Channel. Both of us covering the storm from all the angles. We'll have all the wild and woolly pictures from near the Capitol throughout the weekend here on the Weather Channel. Back to you guys.
Yeah, those pictures are going to look a lot different here in a matter of hours. Yeah. Well, we're hearing from more officials on the steps they're taking to prepare for this storm and about their concerns about Winter Storm Jonas as well.
Goal is to be over-prepared and underwhelmed, and we've had that occur in the past, and I don't mind embarrassing weather forecasters in the future. I hope they're wrong, and that's okay with me. But if they're not wrong, then we're going to be prepared.
Yeah, being prepared, definitely the way to go. Winter Storm Jonas hasn't really cranked into gear yet, but it's already having big impacts.
Yeah, here's what we know. Governors in 5 states have declared a state of emergency ahead of Jonas. Washington, D.C. officials have as well, and 16 states are under winter weather watches or warnings right now due to this storm system. And the Capitals have moved up their hockey game against the Ducks tomorrow by 2 hours, now starting at 5 Eastern tomorrow night. And Nick, also, the Panthers will be an interesting game in Charlotte on Sunday.
Oh, boy. Yeah, we've got a lot of interesting things happening here this weekend that, you know, you may just have to change your plans last minute. Well, we've had to change our plans a little bit due to the severe weather here southward because we still have that ongoing here this evening and through the night. These tornado watches here for southern portions of Alabama down into the Florida Panhandle go until 3 in the morning. We're beginning to see them taper off back toward Louisiana and into Mississippi as this line of thunderstorms continues to make its way eastward. There's still a warning out here just in western portions of Alabama. That's the only warning we're seeing right now. It's a severe thunderstorm warning in Choctaw County. Hail and damaging winds, the biggest threat here, but we can't let our guard down. There still could be the threats of more severe weather throughout the evening. We've already had at least 1 tornado today. Lamar, Mississippi saw at least a couple of homes damaged. That happened just before 7 p.m. local time. And then into tomorrow, we'll be watching the setup for more severe weather here across the Florida Panhandle, as well as the peninsula and into southern Georgia. We've got that strong upper-level jet stream. We've got a warm front that's going to be draped right across portions of Georgia into the Carolinas, a perfect setup for more severe weather along that front and even back toward the cold front toward the west. So there's the area we're watching tomorrow. From Charleston back toward Macon, Georgia, down through Tallahassee, really all the way down through Tampa and Miami, the threat of severe weather will be ongoing. It's a 3 on the Torcon, a 30% chance of seeing a tornado in southern Georgia and into northern Florida as we get through the day tomorrow. So we'll be watching this line of thunderstorms continuing to progress eastward, causing the severe weather threats tomorrow. Keith?
All right, thanks, Nick. Along with the severe weather, of course, we're tracking the wintry side of Jonas as well. Ice, a big threat, especially if we consider just a light coating of ice and then some snow. Created gridlock last night in Washington, D.C., and that's just the beginning. On the way, who could see up to an inch of ice from Jonas all the way into the Mid-South. And we will be with you here tonight until midnight. After that, we're picking up at 4 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning.
A winter storm warning is in effect. Currently in our area, 19 degrees under clear skies. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low 17. Winds east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, cloudy with snow, high 24. 8 to 12 inches of snow expected. Friday night, cloudy with snow, low 20. 5 to 8 inches of snow expected. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Guide, friend, protector. Sylvania Silver Star Ultra, for everything ahead of you.
What's this? A box. It takes worn out things and makes them better.
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn out batteries and making them into something strong. Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tires she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even when half worn, it's still safe, thanks to EverGrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
I did it. I joined eHarmony.
Oh, well, you'll be filling out questions forever.
It took no time. And I've already seen some great guides.
Yeah, I can get my own dates.
How's that going? eHarmony's helped over 1 million people get married.
Sign me up.
Stop waiting. Start communicating for free today.
We said goodbye to the day and to the city and drifted off into the twilight. And when we woke, we found that the whole world had reinvented itself.
Sail with Princess Cruises, the best cruise line in Europe. Princess Cruises, come back new.
If you're looking to save money on your Medicare Part D prescriptions, Walgreens says Carpe Med Diem. Seize the day to get more out of life and Medicare Part D. Just switch to Walgreens for savings that'll be the highlight of your day. Now preview the cost of your copay before you fill. You can even get $1 copays on select plans. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
When you're living with diabetes, steady is exciting. Only Glucerna has Carb Steady, clinically proven to help minimize blood sugar spikes, so you stay steady ahead.
All we need to sell Strongbow Hard Cider is ice. Oh, and an award for best tasting hard cider. You're in our shot.
No, I'm not.
Strongbow!
When you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and I
I didn't really know anything about my family history. Went to Ancestry. I put in the names of my grandparents first. I got a leaf right away. A leaf is a hint that is connected to each person in your family tree. I learned that my 10 times great-grandmother is George Washington's aunt. Within a few days, I went from knowing almost nothing to, holy crow, I'm related to George Washington. This is my cousin George.
Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
All right, welcome back. You know, we talked before the break about how ice is going to be a big factor here. So let's go into a little bit more detail and discuss how that's going to happen. And a lot of it's going to occur across the mid-south here. You know, I mentioned before that we have a big ridge of high pressure, and that's where the cold air is coming from. That's what's giving us this big blockbuster storm. However, what happens is something called cold air damming. You've got mountains here, right? Winds come around this ridge of high pressure and keep this cold air bottled up when the warm air tries to move in at the other layers of the atmosphere. So what ends up happening is the cold air stays at the surface. So here's Friday morning. You got temperatures in the 20s here, from Charlotte to Greenville to Greensboro to Roanoke. Now, the rule of thumb with ice and ice accretion is you can get freezing rain at anything below 32, but to get a major freezing rain event, you need to be at least in the upper 20s. Well, unfortunately, we'll be that way. We'll start as snow here, but we'll eventually change over to freezing rain. Look at that snow on the front end here, but look at Charlotte. They're in that freezing rain for an extended period of time here through Friday afternoon because that cold air at the surface will not be scoured out easily. It hangs around all the way to Friday night. If this verifies and it's freezing rain from mid-morning through Friday night, you're looking at ice accretion amounts here in excess of 3/4 of an inch, and that's pretty crippling. Here's a look at our ice accretion map here. Greensboro to Charlotte. Here we're looking at the bullseye up to an inch. And we have a widespread area of a half an inch. The only saving grace to any of this is that we don't have foliage left on the trees. One of the biggest, most paralyzing ice storms you can have is this kind of ice earlier in the season. Still, though, big impacts. Nick?
Well, Keith, as Winter Storm Jonas crawls forward to the northeast, the economic impact is already in full swing, with retailers in the mid-Atlantic seeing a surge of shoppers in advance of the storm. Here to discuss how storms like this impact our wallet is meteorologist and business analyst Paul Wash. Paul, thanks so much for joining us here tonight. How will storms like Jonas affect the economy?
Well, Nick, typically there's 3 phases when you've got a storm like this. The first phase is what I call the forecast factor, and that's really the demand that's triggered based on not the storm, but the prediction of the storm. And we're seeing a very sharp impact this time because it's the first storm of the year, because it's a really big storm, and because, frankly, it's been very well forecast. We've been talking about it for a long time. I just saw a stat that said 77 million people now are under winter storm warnings. That means 76 million are either at the grocery store or will be going to the grocery store buying bread and milk and toilet paper. So that's phase 1. Phase 2 is when the storm actually hits. So probably beginning late Friday through the weekend, people are going to stay home. So the economy in those areas basically grinds to a halt as no one is spending money. And then the third phase is the recovery. It's when people are digging out. And when any sort of damage repairs have to be made, then money actually flows back in. And if you see a bit of a stimulus to the economy, depending on how bad the storm was.
So it seems like kind of a good news, bad news scenario for retailers. Do stores really profit that much before the storm hits?
No, they really don't, Nick. And really what their priority is when a storm hits like this is to make sure that they have the supplies that their customers want. Of course, they put a lot of money into preparing. There's a lot of overtime, a lot of extra effort in terms of moving products. So they'd much rather be there for their customers because they know that in the end, that's going to be the more value prop for them. So they generally break even.
So do you think retailers really are prepared for situations such as this?
Yeah, they're getting more and more prepared. And most of the large retailers, the companies like Walmart and Lowe's and Home Depot, they all use weather information to help them analyze and anticipate how, or weather forecast, I should say, how changes in the weather is going to change what their customers are going to need. They use data and analytics, so they study prior storms so that they know exactly what kind of products they need. They actually have like war rooms or command posts set up when storms like this happen. They're probably watching us right now as we speak, and they're working 24/7 to make sure they have the right products at the right time and make sure that they can stay open as long as possible, and when the storm is over, so they can open as quickly as possible to serve their customers.
Wow, it really is a science, isn't it? Thanks so much.
Yes, it is.
Thanks so much. So, Paul, I appreciate the information. Wow. Keith, let's make sure that we're as prepared as the retailers are.
Absolutely, Nick. All right, you know, places not in the path of Jonas are actually preparing to help out if needed. Tampa Electric will send several hundred people to Charlotte to help in the event that the ice is as bad as forecast. Crews packed up and got ready for the trip north, and I'll tell you what, with these ice accretion amounts, they will need all the help they can get.
There's something in the air, something in the sand. It's called All Right, and it's something you can only find here. Jamaica, home of All Right.
Eat up, buddy. You'll get it this time. Yeah.
Okay, not too quick. Don't let go until I say so.
I got you.
Start strong with the lasting energy of 100% whole grain Quaker oats. And off you go.
We know you have a morning routine. We have one too. 7 days a week, AMHQ is right here and weather ready.
Let me get you ready for the day weather-wise.
We've got a lot going on this morning.
Definitely see what kind of pattern we've had.
So start your morning routine with Jim Cantori, Stephanie Abrams, Jan Carfagno, and the rest of AMHQ.
It is a team here at the Weather Channel, and an awesome team at that.
Let's get right to what you want, and that is the weather.
AMHQ, every morning starting at 5 on the Weather Channel.
A winter storm warning is in effect. Currently in our area, 19 degrees under clear skies. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low 17. Winds east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, cloudy with snow, high 24. 8 to 12 inches of snow expected. Friday night, cloudy with snow, low 20. 5 to 8 inches of snow expected. Here's our 7-day outlook.
At the Joseph A. Bank Buy More, Save More sale, get up to 75% off all suits and sport coats when you buy 3, including traveler suits now $199 each when you buy 3. Plus, take an extra 50% off most clearance. Only at Joseph A. Bank.